Hey Cancers, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your annual astrology and tarot reading for the year of 2020 to 2021. So this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. I do want to say thank you so much for all of the support from you guys, all of my Cancer subscribers. Thank you. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure to share if you enjoyed it and you think somebody else would like to. I do appreciate it. All right, so Cancers, and as usual, all the information on booking a reading with me is right below this video in the description box. Now that we got that all out of the way, we're going straight in here, Cancers. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The way I talk about the houses is, Cancer first, and then moving from there, Taurus. I'm sorry, did I say Taurus? Leo second house, Virgo third, etc., etc. But you should figure out your rising sign and then figure out, where your houses fall. It would be better for you. So, Cancers, this is going to be, I think, a really good year for you. You and Gemini had so far all the readings have been really good, and I'm excited for 2020, honestly. It feels like the year that we have been waiting for. So, Cancer, we got 6 eclipses this year. A few of them are in your sign. Don't you worry. So let's start this out here. January 10th, we have a lunar eclipse. And while I talk about this, I'm just going to shuffle up the Hobbit deck. We'll pull 12 cards after we're done talking about the astrology, one for each month, and one from a different deck for your overall theme of the year. Okay? All right, sorry. It's been busy doing all of these, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of energy kicking around this year because it's got me like hot, and I feel like I'm like running through these readings. It's crazy. You and Gemini have really intense energy. So Cancer, anyways, January 10th, we have the first of the eclipses. It's going to be a lunar eclipse, full moon in your sign. So first house, and your sign is still in the north node. So it's happening up there. So it's going to be bringing this really comfortable and loving energy towards yourself. You're putting yourself first, and by doing that, you will succeed. So it's realizing that you need to love yourself and put your love for yourself and taking care of you first. January 12th, we have this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. I'm actually going to get my extra notes for this because it's a pretty big deal. It's extremely rare. It happens every 33 to 38 years. And it lasts for about 2.5 years or so. A lot of astrologers are going to be talking about this. If you want more in-depth, check out White Light Astrology, Gregory Scott. They're my favorites. So anyways, this is this global Saturn return, this karmic nature of Saturn really applying to the whole world because it's completing an almost 4-decade-long planetary cycle. So it's bringing about all this undertones of judgment, things being brought up to be dealt with so that we may change. Really intense things. So Saturn is this lord of karma, in the Greek god Kronos here, who rules time, measurement, air. He's very structural. The skeleton which things are built around is Saturn, and Pluto is Hades, the enactor of karma, that phoenix energy of implosion and transformation. So Saturn is, the celestial clock, and Pluto is this really big force that comes to power when time is due. Saturn and Pluto conjunction are going to have really deep impacts again or at the world at large for around the next few years. The effects won't be visible at first. It's a slower thing. It's not like Uranus and Taurus where it's like bam here, bam there, bull in a china shop. You can see it, you feel it, you know it's happening. But it's more of a slow developing energy because these are bigger planets, or at least Saturn is a bigger planet, and both of them have a couple retrogrades during this whole conjunction dance that they're doing here. So it's a lot of slow and constrained explosion that focuses on the structures built by Saturn and needing to undergo this test of time. So leave that there, or actually no, we're not going to leave it there because there's a couple other things that we have to go over, I apologize, guys. And if you haven't, do drink some water. Make sure to drink a lot of water in the new year. Anyways. All right, let's move on here. So, like I was saying, that happens January 12th, and it's going to be because it's happening in your 7th house of relationships at 22 degrees Capricorn. There's this real upheaval in relationships for you during this conjunction and whenever they conjunct here. It's going to bring about, again, this energy of possibly getting you into a new relationship and out of an old one for some of you. It's really transforming your relationships, bringing more confidence, and this you know, a whole energy of thinking about you for once, because you guys are known to take such good care of, you know, your partner who you're with is taking care of you. Put that energy on you. They can take care of themselves. April 4th, June 30th, and November 12th, we have Jupiter conjuncting Pluto, and that's bringing about a lot of luck. So, Jupiter, which is the benefic planet of luck and transformation, expansion, there is meeting Pluto again, the Phoenix, the transformative planets. There's a lot of really good lucky days for transforming your relationships, maybe meeting a soulmate, falling in love, maybe even losing a relationship and entering new ones, you know, that are better for you, getting rid of unhealthy and unhappy relationships, getting yourself out of them. It's really opportunities to find relationships that really work for you. So again, April 4th, June 30th, November 12th are when Jupiter is conjuncting Pluto. And I would say this is not the energy this year where you're going to have to work on relationships. And I know that sounds crazy to you, but you don't need to work on them. You've done your part. Let other people work on them. Work on the relationship with you and put that first. May 13th to June 25th, we got Venus retrograde, so don't devote during that time. And that's in your 12th house of spirituality. May 5th, we have the nodes changing. So we have the nodes leaving your sign and Capricorn, and the North Node enters Gemini, South Node enters Sagittarius. I'm like having a hard time saying that, I guess. So there's a lot of information that we're accumulating, or, you know, it's having us focus at least on that aspect. So we're focusing again on what we're, on how you're utilizing what you know. And the South Node is really focusing on what we're wanting to step away from. So releasing old beliefs in spirituality, what we did believe in, and focusing on what we're learning and what we believe now and into the future. Big energy there. June 5th, we have the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius in the South Node. Don't compare yourself to others at this time. It's asking you to let go of needing anybody else's approval. Okay, Cancer? June 2nd, June 21st, not June 2nd, we have a solar eclipse, new moon in your sign. So first house energy in the North Node. So it's really pulling in this, energy that is you, and as well as Gemini. So it's communication and being more articulate, thinking clearly, improving your relationships, and again, really focusing for the next 6 months after this eclipse on loving yourself, on putting you first, and making sure that relationships fit you and not the other way around. July 5th, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Capricorn in your 7th house of relationships, which is asking you to really just throw out relationships that aren't equal in any sense, love, friends, anything. If they aren't putting in the effort and they don't appreciate you, bye-bye. November 30th, we have a lunar eclipse full moon in Gemini in your 12th house. So it allows you to really connect to your higher power. The more you love yourself, the more you can see how to expand and make your life more fulfilling and happy. December 14th, we have a total solar eclipse, new moon in Sagittarius in your South Node. So, excuse me, guys. Again, drink some water. I don't know what's going on with me. So this December 14th, total solar eclipse, new moon in Sagittarius in the South Node. It has you really not working to get people to like you. You realize you don't have to do that. You don't have to put up with that anymore. You don't have to play a game to make people like you. You can be just, if they don't like you, bye. I'll find someone better. It's fine. You really deserve good things. And if you're putting up with anything that is less than that, then you're literally saying bye. So there's a real energy also for spiritual awakening at this time. December 21st is a really big day, and we'll talk a lot more about it when we get there in the year. It's the Great Conjunction. It happens once every 20 years. The last time it happened, it was 9/11. It's when Jupiter, the planet of good luck and expansion, and Saturn, the planet of structure, come together, and humanity is really tested. The structure of humanity is tested here. The world will be changing into 2021. We'll talk more about that when we get there, though, okay? Whew. So I know that's a lot of astrology, and I kind of buzzed through it, but that's just because I don't want to keep you guys, and I want to get to your reading. So we're going to pull one card for each month from my Hobbit deck. We're going to pull one more card for your overall theme of the year. All right, Cancer. January 2020 for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's the theme. Ooh, okay. February for Cancer. What's coming out? That's what we like. Let me have some water again. March. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I've been doing a ton of these Readings, it's been so busy, guys, and I thank you so much for all of your support, but I have been so busy, so I apologize if I'm coughing and starting to lose my voice here. So we got this. Let's go on to March for Cancer. Oof. Which one? I saw you first. We'll take you first. January, February, March. Let's look at April, May, and June. April for Cancer. May. Your theme for May, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Definitely check out your rising. Definitely check out your moon for this year. If this is just your sun sign. Okay, that's May. Let's look at June. This is January, February, March, April, May. June for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's the theme of June for you. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. July. Oh, okay. We'll take that. Let's get August. August for Cancer. All right, September for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the theme? General energy of that month. Oof, I knew that one was coming out. I want to pull this one out under it. We're going to do it for September. You get 2 cards. Actually, no, because I feel like it's going to come out. The sun is showing up behind a lot of your cards. I will say that openly right now. There's a lot of happiness, harmony, success. And again, the light's being turned on in a really wonderful way in a lot of areas of your life, especially in terms of relationships this year. Let's look at October. October for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What is the general theme for October? What's this? Okay. November for Cancer. December, the last month of 2020. December 2020 for Cancer. One card, please. Cancer. November was a little bit interesting, so there were 2 cards for that, and I couldn't not take it that way, so we did. All right, Cancer, let's talk about your reading. Or actually, I'm sorry, let's pull your overall theme card for the year first from the Pagan Other. Ooh, all right, yes. I really think this is a really interesting card because especially in 2019 and even throughout 2020, as we've just talked about, there's a lot of Capricornian energy, and that is your opposite sign. You're in detriment in Capricorn. It kind of brings up your less than great qualities. It brings up the negative aspects of yourself, your negative aspects and negative patterns in relationships, that Capricornian influence that is not healthy. So you're breaking out of that with the Devil reversed this year. You're breaking free of any chains, of anything that held you back, any illusory beliefs or, again, weights that held you down, relationships, people especially, that have been holding you down. You will not be putting up with it this year. You will be breaking the chains, getting yourself out of any addictive, codependent, negative situations, breaking free of the chains of the devil. And I really appreciate that. You're going to see it in some harsh lights, yes. And it could feel a little bit too harsh sometimes, but it's really, really good for you guys. So let's look at January. Not the best start to the year, but it is 5 of Cups. So we are determining a way forward. Things haven't been as happy. It feels like we're finding a way to communicate, finding a way forward here with the 5 of Cups. But we have to remember that there are still 2 cups. There is still something to fight for. And I think those 2 cups talk a lot about self-love, because the main theme of your year here has really been a feeling of loving yourself and putting yourself first. So as you try to connect with others and as you try to give to others, make sure you're giving back to yourself. Make sure those two cups, despite the situation, are also given to you, and that you're receiving an equal amount of affection, love, and effort being put into whatever this situation is, or whatever it is you're trying to push through here. Shouldn't be all on you all the time, Cancer. It's just a message that I keep getting, and that's going to be a really important thing for you to learn this year. February, we get the Ace of Pentacles, and this is like one of my favorite cards to get. It's just so wonderful. It is the Arcanstone, so it's a really solid, wonderful, real offer. So for some of you, this is like a great deal of money, a huge contract, a huge step up in work. Like, money is great, stability is great. If you're looking for a solid, stable relationship, or even, looking to get to that next level in a relationship, this could be that. The proposal, the moving in, the let's start a new life together. Let's build a brand new, amazing foundation. Let's get married. Let's get engaged. This is beautiful. Let's move on to March. March is so nice. It's the Fool. I really like that. It's like maybe you're starting out a little bit later in the year, but it's okay. The Fool for March is really nice. And it's also, when the sun moves into Aries, which is a card, the Fool I associate with that Aries energy of jumping into things, not really worrying about it, but being excited for the adventure. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going on an adventure. That's what Bilbo says. I'm not thinking about the end product. I'm not thinking about where exactly, what my, what the outcome is, but what is the journey? And being excited to jump into new things and take new journeys, new adventurous energy. It's beautiful. April, we get 8 of Coins. So we're focusing very much on work, on building things. How can I best, contribute to my work situation? What would help my work? What can I learn, do, or try differently to aid my business, to aid my work here? Again, you could just be very busy with it, especially with that Ace of Coins, Fool, 8 of Coins. You could be settling yourself over February through April here into a new work situation, a new city, a new home, something new and big, and you're kind of, taking those first steps, getting into it, getting acquainted. But I wouldn't worry too much about your own success and your own abilities. You're doing great and you're doing fine. Just keep at it. May, we get 8 of Swords, which is not my favorite, but at the same time, whatever you're fearing in May, whatever it is you feel stuck about, whatever it is you feel blocked in, know that it's but it is in your head here. You need to withdraw from a present situation and look at it from a perspective of somebody else. You're not as stuck as you believe yourself to be when this card comes up. You just got to kind of wriggle yourself out and get away here. It might seem impossible right now. It might seem like there's no way out, but you have to look at this from a different perspective. And you might be feeling a little bit stifled, stuck in May there. June has you, though, making some big changes. So if you're frustrated in May, you don't do anything about it, especially if it's a relationship. Judgment is coming in June. And as you know, that is when we are hitting those eclipses there. June 5th and June 21st, we get eclipse, and that eclipse on the 21st is in your sign. So that's a solar eclipse, new moon in your sign, in your first house. So again, it's really making you be like, okay, is this really good for me? Are these people good for me? Is this relationship good for me? No. Well, I'm going to change that now. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to let go of this. This asks you to make some major transformations. Your life is changing and it asks you to shift with it. It asks you to let go of people. It asks you to open yourself up to new things and to release yourself from whatever held you back or whatever it is that you need to confront here. Wait, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Here we are, July. We get 9 of Pentacles. That's really wonderful. That's stable. I'm not going to get confused. I did this, I think, in Cancer's video where I kept referring to this as September, because for me, 9 of Pentacles, for some reason, has always come up to me as a September card. Maybe it's 9 months and it's the 9th month. I don't know, but it does when I'm asking about timing. I know it'll be September if it's 9 of Pentacles, but so for maybe some of you in July, you're starting things that you know are going to come to fruition or give you money by September. I don't know why I get that, but so it goes. 9 of Coins is also a card of, you deserve whatever you have built yourself up to be, especially financially, physically, material-wise. Anything that stabilizes your relationships, it all just feels good. This is like usually my single, happy, beautiful woman card. Like, she's successful, she's got her pentacles, but here it's Bilbo and he's got the Arcanstone. He may be facing some difficulties, but he knows that what he's doing is right. He is confident. He is ready for this. He has built himself up to the level where he has worked hard to become as stable and confident and amazing as he is here. The Nine of Pentacles always, you know, talks about this ability to really bring in this contentment of financial security and accomplishments. Your outward accomplishments are being also very recognized, and you're feeling really good about your position. August, we get Seven of Wands. So needing to, I don't know, this is kind of a fighting through kind of energy. So whatever you need to fight through it. It could also feel like a difficult time, and like you're being asked to deal with a lot of things that you don't want to deal with, that you don't want to have going on right here. But at the same time, it's not that bad. It could just feel like, you know, in some ways, you know, your principles are a little bit under attack and you might be coming off a little bit defensive. That's okay. Stand up for yourself this year. Okay, this is a year for you to stand up for you and what's best for you. People keep coming at you saying this, doing this. Knock them down. Be like, oh, hell no, you're not. Like, I'm not just going to lay down and take it. Nope, I'm not that Cancer anymore. All right, September, we get Six of Wands. This is the card that I saw when I knew that this was the deck for you. I was asking this deck, is this the deck for Cancer? This came out immediately, and I was like, oh, yeah, it is. And so I'm really glad to see it again. Six of Wands for me is success. It's a card of triumph. We're overcoming a difficult situation. We've come out on top. Nothing can stop us now. Everyone is recognizing our achievements, our accomplishments. We're feeling again, it's like this, like the feeling of being like on cloud nine, like, oh yeah, it's like, congratulate me here, congratulate me there. I'm doing amazing. That is some great stuff here. This is success. It's happiness. I mean, I love the Six of Rods, and sixes for me are a message from your higher self that you are on the right path, that there is nothing you have to worry about. You know, September, things are going to be going smooth enough that you don't have to worry. You don't have to question where you're being led or your success. And that's why I like the Fool energy this year. Trust your intuition. Trust where the energy is taking you. Trust what makes you happiest and what's best for you. It will not lead you astray this year. So again, yeah, there's triumphant resolution of some difficulties here. Hopes and dreams are being realized. And then October, we get Page of Coins. It can be a little bit of impatient energy, but also Page of Coins is the essence of, I have an idea and I want to bring it to life. This is the energy of putting work into something, of having, you know, material idea, having something to bring to the table, you know, the seed to plant. Sometimes I see the Page of Pentacles as if you have a seed to plant, a creative idea, something big here. The Page of Pentacles is like, you know, I'm willing to work hard on this. I'm not, maybe not that interesting, and I'm maybe not that, it's maybe not that be that exciting of a time, but you're putting in some efforts. You're making it happen. You're working diligently, and you're not going to let procrastination get to you, okay? November. Okay, here's November. First was the Five of Swords, and what came out behind it was the Ten of Cups. I would say that this is the call out month. This is where you're going to really look at your relationships and be like, this isn't working and this needs to go. Or like, it doesn't have to be, you know, relationship love. It could be family. It could be friendships. But it's like any communities, any people that aren't giving to you, that aren't, you know, coming back to you again. Because November 12th is one of those lucky Jupiter conjunct Pluto days where we're talking about relationships, big stuff about transforming relationships. So a fight could turn into a love situation. You might have to have a really bad fight and be called out or call somebody out on some big things. But you know what? It's for the best. It brings in the Ten of Cups. If you want emotional, fulfilling love, you want that really good love, the Ten of Cups love, the absolutely happiest, most abundant, most joyful love that there is. You know, you have to be willing to be okay with being called out, with fighting for it, with making the changes. This is that transformative moment. You know, hey, I don't like the way you did this, or hey, that's not right. Hey, this relationship isn't working for me. You make a room in your life for that Ten of Cups. True happiness. We're ending the year off with the High Priestess. I love it. It's a beautiful way to end the year. We're coming into some really great, again, spiritually, you guys have expanded this year as well. I know I haven't talked as much about that, but we will in the monthlies, and you guys are expanding spiritually. Trust your higher self. As you move into December, you're going to be in this very, for me, like Piscean 12th house place is the High Priestess, where she's exploring, you know, her inner self, her questions, the mysteries. You know, again, trust your higher self, trust your gut, trust your intuition. You're going to be in a much more spiritually aligned place by the end of the year because you've been doing that all year, because you've been putting that love, that effort, that energy into you, and instead of, you know, instead of putting it into other people. I feel like I just had a really hard time saying that. But again, like, you guys are breaking free of the chains. I'm going to call this, like, you guys are, like, breaking the chains here. What is that term from Game of Thrones that they always say? I forget it, and I've read all the books, and I forgot the term right now. But I know that Daenerys, like, breaker of chains. That's kind of you this year. You're breaking your own chains. So, Cancer, these are your messages. It's a really beautiful year ahead for you. A lot of good stuff astrologically. A lot of eclipsean energy once again. The second year in a row with a lot of eclipses in your sign. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to book a private reading, all the info is below in the description box. Check out the dailies. Check out the monthlies. Make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. And if you want to share it, I would really, really appreciate it, okay? Thanks so much, guys. Have a wonderful and blessed year if I don't see you in the monthlies and the dailies. And if I do, see you soon, Cancer. Namaste.